Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to jump into a super simple but really powerful framework to help you set life goals that actually mean something to you. If you've ever felt that pull to make a change but just had no idea where to even begin, then you are in exactly the right place.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You get that feeling you want more energy, more peace, more joy, but you're just completely frozen, trying to figure out what that first step even is. And yeah, it can feel totally overwhelming, but the fix is actually about getting clear, not making things more complicated.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to break life down into 4 big areas: health, wealth, love, and happiness. For each one, we're going to flip the script on what success really looks like, and then we'll nail down the most important thing you can do about it. Let's dive in.
All right, first up is health. But hold on, we're not just talking about, not catching a cold. We're going to look at this in a totally new way. See, this is a huge shift in how we think about it. Real health isn't just this passive thing where you're not sick. No, it's an active state. It's about waking up in the morning and actually having the energy to go out and live your life. That's the real prize.
Okay, so let's get real personal for a second. I want you to seriously ask yourself this question. If you could hit fast forward, look at yourself a year from now, and your health is just so much better, what's the one single change that would have made the biggest difference? What's that one thing?
All right, so with that in mind, let's get down to business. Your mission is to pick the 3 most important things you want to focus on for your health this year. Maybe it's about your weight or your energy levels. Maybe it's your diet, or just finally making that doctor's appointment.
Now listen up, because this might be the most important part of this whole thing. Don't just keep it in your head, get it on paper. The simple act of writing your goals down makes them real. It takes them from being some fuzzy wish and turns them into something you can actually work on.
Okay, let's keep this momentum going and move on to our next quadrant. We're talking about wealth. And just like with health, we're tossing out the old, stuffy definition. The key takeaway here is that real wealth isn't about hitting some magic number in your bank account. It's a feeling. It's that peace of mind you get from feeling secure. And it's about having the freedom to make choices that aren't just about the money.
So again, let's bring this back to you. Just imagine it's a year from now, and when you think about money, you feel calm. You feel confident, secure. For you to feel that way, what would actually need to be different? What's the feeling you're aiming for?
So, what are your top 3 money goals for the year? Maybe it's building up your savings or boosting your income. Or maybe it's tackling some debt or finally sitting down to make a real plan. And hey, remember, it's totally fine if these start out as feelings, not just hard numbers.
By now, you know the drill. You've got to get these goals out of your head and onto the page. Give them some weight. Make them real.
All right, let's talk about our third area, love and relationships. And this is all about the quality of the people around us, not the quantity.
Just because your social calendar is packed doesn't automatically mean your life is full of love. The relationships that really matter are built on a solid foundation of feeling safe, of trust, of genuine connection. It's about depth, not just being busy.
This question is all about focus. Because, look, you can't fix everything at once. So think about it. Which one relationship, if it was warmer and closer a year from today, would make the biggest, most positive difference in your life?
Okay, so what are your 3 relationship goals for this year? And a really powerful place to start, maybe the most important relationship of all, is the one you have with yourself. After that, you could focus on family, your partner, friends, even coworkers.
Okay, let's lock it in. Pick where you want to put your energy and make that intention real by writing it down. And that brings us to the grand finale, our 4th quadrant, happiness. This is where we stop being a passenger in our own life and start being the driver. The big idea here is that happiness isn't some destination you get to after everything else is perfect. Nope. It's something you have to actively schedule and build into the life you're living right now. You don't just find happiness, you have to create it.
This is such a great question. I want you to really picture this. It's the end of the year, you're looking back. What is that one thing you absolutely must do or learn or experience so that you can look back and say, yeah, that was a good year. I really lived.
So, using that vision, what are 3 things that would give you that feeling of growth and satisfaction this year? Maybe it's finally learning that new skill, or having a big personal breakthrough, or just making more time for the people who bring you joy.
So, we've walked through all 4 quadrants: health, wealth, love, and happiness. We've looked at them in a new way and figured out what matters most. And now it all comes down to one last, really powerful idea.
Now, I really want you to let this next part sink in.
This is your permission slip. The first draft of your life goals, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to make sense to anyone else. It just has to be honest. It just has to be what you really want.
Because really, the whole direction of your life can start to shift the second you're brave enough to write down that first real desire. So the only question I have left for you is, are you ready?